so much for joining our studio session again.
It's great to be back.
Well, we've got a bunch of questions. I would have to say you are our most popular guest. So we really appreciate all of the time that you spend with Avanti. It's like you're part of the family.
It feels like it. It's nice to be back.
So do you want to give our audience just a quick recap of what AC does and how we really help advisors?
Yeah, certainly. So AC is a DMC. We're based in London. We also have a sub-office in Edinburgh and a third office in Galway and a small satellite office in Paris. So we're an on-site for UK, Ireland and France, providing tailor-made services for groups and FIT travellers. We look after all of the land services, so everything from the hotels, the drivers, guides, transfers, entrances, tickets. If it's bookable and we can do it, we'll always do it.
Well, I think you provide some of the most amazing service. You have a wonderful team, but just a little bit more about you, Rob, because I know you have a very long and illustrious career in the travel industry.
Yeah, well, I'm actually celebrating 30 years in the industry next year. I was a 20-year hotelier before I bought AC 10 years ago next week. And yeah, it's been a great, fun career. My focus, my starting was hotels. And there I focused on service and on training and on being able to open new hotels. I did a lot of openings in my time. So it was always really good and insightful to see. And I describe myself as being a bit of a hotel geek. If I walked down the street and I saw a hotel, I would always go in and be nosy. And I would then get envy of other people being able to sell that hotel. So now as a DMC, it's great because I can sell them all. So I get that really nice feeling of being able to go in and actually really get into the hotel mindset and understand it. And I think I'm probably still a hotelier at heart.
I think so. I think in the travel industry, there's certain lanes that people stay in.
Yeah.
I can't imagine not being in a tour operator. We have our airline people that are always there, tourism board people. So
yeah,
we definitely have hotel people in the mix.
Yeah, but it's what I really enjoy now is the development of tours and actually developing these itineraries and these programs. And it gives me that buzz and that excitement when I see an inquiry come through and we're asked to kind of, okay, these people are interested in royalty, they're interested in history, they want to see a little bit of the culture. You can create these itineraries and you create a package and a tour that you want to do yourself. And I always find it's a really great buzz that actually if you can design these things and say, actually, this is a tour I'd love to do, it's wonderful to do and experience it.
Yeah, we find that at Avanti too. We don't sell things that we wouldn't want to do ourselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So can you tell us just a little bit about your early days at AC Tours and how your journey has really evolved over the past decade?
Well, I was fortunate in my hotel world that I'd spent quite a lot of time here in the US with travel agents and visiting travel agent offices. And so I always thought it was a marketplace I wanted to work in. And when I took over AC, AC had been trading for 14 years, but it was primarily a group operator working with 3-star German hotel groups. I immediately wanted to kick up the luxury aspect of it, more concierge style, and really work with partners like Avanti as to how do we grow this market. So when we started working with Avanti in 2017, it was just a foot to the floor opportunity to really develop these programs, work with you designing fantastic new itineraries and marketing initiatives, and it's been a fantastic experience just to open the door and go for it, creating wonderful itineraries.
Well, something must be working because I know for a fact that you've been awarded Best Operator of the Year by UK Inbound. I think you've won it twice.
We've won it twice in the last 7 years, which has been fantastic. The 2023 awards are in 2 weeks' time, and we are nominated and shortlisted in the awards. So fingers crossed and touch wood, it will be third time lucky for us as well. What was really nice since was we actually won the Queen's Award in 2020. And the Queen's Award in the UK is an awards programme where companies can apply and they have to show various kind of skill sets and various achievements. And ours was measured over 6 years of continuous growth. We won the award in 2020. Sadly, what normally happens there is you get invited to meet the Queen. And in 2020, due to COVID, that wasn't possible. So we never got to really enjoy our award. However, in 2021, I was invited to Windsor Castle to meet the now King in his role as Prince Charles to talked to him about our tourism. Now, we were in a room of 250 winners, and they said, if you're lucky, you might get 10 seconds. Sure enough, as he came along the line, I got the opportunity to shake hands with him. He asked what we did, and as soon as I said tourism, he spent almost a minute talking to me about sustainable tourism.
Wow.
How do we get tourism to be better? How do we get people down to areas outside of London? What do you do to help the environment? And it was a wonderful opportunity to talk to what is now the king about the kind of aspects of travel and what we're trying to do to improve things.
That's amazing. And how are you looking at sustainability practices in your day-to-day?
That's a great thing. I mean, for us, we have made a decision to try and be as paperless as possible. So the office literally is, we've one printer, and it's very rarely you just don't see people printing anymore the way we used to. We recycle everywhere. We operate with obviously solar powered lighting, but we're trying to do more with our partners as well. So we're working with more of the chauffeur companies that can provide electric cars. With all of our hotel partners, we're going to them and looking at what their sustainable practices are. Gone are the days of a little flyer in the bathroom that says, please put your towels in the bath. Sure. They're all doing so much more, and it's wonderful to see as they're all taking on with cartons of water or all of the extra bits. And what I like about actually coming to Portland is the sustainability of the provenance of the food. And we're seeing that more and more now in the UK as well, with the miles being taken into account. So it's great to see our partners work in that way.
That's really wonderful. We always want to make sure that we have something to show the next generations, right?
Absolutely.
And make sure that they can experience all the wonders of the world just like we have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know that you have some children that are traveling themselves.
Yes,
so
yes.
I'm sure it's very forefront in their minds as well.
Yeah, well, it's great actually. I have two daughters, and my oldest daughter has just finished her GCSEs, which in the UK are the first level of exams at 16. So she officially finished school. And so I actually had her working for the summer. So she worked in the business for 2 months. And I think we've got the next generation coming through. She's gone off to sixth form, stroke college now, but hopefully down the line she'll be working sooner rather than later.
Oh, that's fabulous news. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
AC, I think what really sets you guys apart is just really understanding people, having the human connection, not just with us at Avanti and your partners, but also really understanding what excites travelers. You have so many great, remarkable experiences on offer. Do you want to talk just a little bit about some of your signature experiences and what people can expect when traveling with AC?
Absolutely. So we pride ourselves on the service, as we've said, and we look to try and create those unique experiences. And one that we really focused on this year was around the royal family. We created a backstage changing of the guard tour. I highlighted this as something I wanted to develop about 18 months ago. And what I did was we went out and we actually found several guides who were all ex-military. And what they actually came to with us is they were qualified guides, but with their military backgrounds, the stories and the anecdotes that they can personalise bringing into the experience is just first class. And 2 weeks ago, Paul Barry, the owner of Avanti, and his wife were in London, and they actually did the tour, and I met them afterwards, and they both were blown away by the little stories that they were getting, and just the little kind of the guide in question there actually had worked for the Queen Mother as one of her footmen. So some of those little stories and the snippets that he had, it just adds that personal touch, and it means that they're taking away something unique. They're not just getting the old-fashioned guiding of turn left and look at this, turn right and look at that, oh, over there is this. This was a real personal experience, and they could leave with something and learning something.
Definitely. I think also what is really interesting is just the accessibility of some of these tours now. It's not just for the ultra wealthy. The price point is so attractive, but also you get so much more. The value adds that you get are really remarkable.
And adding that personal touch as well means that we can actually improvise around the timings, so we can make it unique. It can be, if it's a family of 2, it could be a family of 7. They can have their own private tour. It's not expensive. It's about creating these experiences that can be at a price point that works for all. And that could be grown out as well. If they want to add on a fantastic 5-star lunch, they can do so, but at the same time they can have a local pub lunch and bring that cost down, so we can make those experiences truly unique.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said about the UK having something for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, we see people now, which I don't think I saw when I first started Avanti almost 20 years ago, people going to the UK for their honeymoon.
Yep. More and more honeymoon makers, the challenge and the wanting to do that, and I think it comes back to our snippet in the earlier session. The food and drink side of things are so much more appealing, and the TV work has just been phenomenal for us. So the Netflix shows, the Bridgertons, the Downton Abbeys, the Harry Potters, these movies and TV series have set parts of the world alight, and people are watching them on Netflix and every other channel, and they're saying, I want to go and experience that. So it's wonderful to be able to bring that to the market, and to have these attractions and these services, which if we build into an itinerary as well, you can actually do a lot of these places for free or for a very simple entrance fee. And if you can get the right guide on it, it can be really cost effective to do. And plus, dining at some of these fantastic chef restaurants as well. It doesn't have to be an expensive experience. It can be all singing, all dancing, or it can be more cost effective. But we can create those itineraries. If we know what people are really looking for, we can make it work.
Yeah, I think there's very few things beyond going on a family trip that everyone in the family can agree on. So it can really bring people together instead of, creating another argument.
It's the biggest argument shouldn't be about the holiday. That should be the fun that everyone wants to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So as we look forward to, the rest of 23 into 24, do you have any news for Avanti listeners? Anything that we should be keeping our ears perked up for?
Yeah, watch this space. There's some fantastic hotels coming through. We've seen a lot of new openings in the UK. We've seen some really great investment in some of the cities. So places like Liverpool and Manchester are having fantastic work being done there. What I'm really excited about actually is the Avanti Advantage program. It's been amazing to go to hotels and talk to them in more detail about what you can provide, and seeing how they're all very, very interested in the marketing initiatives that you're offering, and how we can actually push that. We've got a great number signed up in the UK. We've got a couple in Ireland and a couple in Paris, but I can just see that growing. I can just see it growing as a way forward, and it gives everybody that extra bite and that extra interest into partnering with us and working with us.
Definitely, and I have to say, out of all of our partners, maybe it's your hotel background, you're also a phenomenal salesman, because we have gotten the most pickup from your
Thank you. Well, that's
partner hotels.
That's fantastic, but I can't take any credit for it because I haven't signed up a single hotel. It's been the team that do our contracting. They've all set about it in a group. They've taken it on as a challenge. There's been a little bit of rivalry within the team actually to see who can get the most. So that's really helped as well, because they've all then driven each other to sign up more. So it's been great to see it coming through.
Yeah, and there's so much more happening for Avanti in the UK coming soon, which we'll be announcing in just a few weeks. So that is very exciting. Thank you so much for being with us again today.
Thank you for having us.
Maybe next time we'll be in London, Manchester, Edinburgh, who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Thank you.